Hi, and welcome once again. Thank you for joining us with In the Kitchen with
Christian.
and Nancy. And for today's recipe, we're going to do a very festive, perhaps a holiday side dish that you can incorporate, right? During these holidays, we have what? Christmas is just around the corner.
Yes.
Right?
Can you
And
believe
then-
that?
Well, yeah, it came too fast. It always comes too fast. So for today's recipe, we're doing roasted butternut squash. Again, our oven is ready. As always, roasted butternut squash with and Brussels sprouts. That sounds delicious,
It
right?
sounds delicious.
I
and
know.
I see a lot of colors.
Yes, and bear with us. We want to showcase two vegetables that are not very common in our culture. I myself, I confess that I really don't incorporate these two vegetables too often, but I should because they're delicious
Yes, and very nutritious.
Right, and they punch. They provide us with a nutritional punch, right? So we're talking about our butternut squash. And we're talking about our Brussels sprouts. So, okay, so first of all, we're going to review all our ingredients,
Okay.
our equipment, and we're gonna show you a little bit of the process. And we're gonna dig in right into all the fun. You
All
ready,
right,
Christian?
okay, yes, I'm
All
ready.
right, so for today's recipe, it calls for oil, actually 4 tablespoons total, right? And we're gonna use that when we prepare our vegetables to roast them in the oven. So we're gonna do some roasting today. We're gonna do some, combining, mixing, and all those methods are gonna be incorporated into this awesome recipe today. So we're gonna have oil. The recipe calls for olive oil. We settled for canola, or I shouldn't say settled, right? That's what we had in our pantry today. So again, don't stress. Our recipes are supposed to be fun.
Make
Don't
it your
fuss.
own.
Yes. So whatever you have in your pantry. We're using also maple syrup. It does call for 4 tablespoons. Okay, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. And we'll show you in a bit how we're going to use
And
that.
it's gonna give you a lot of portions. Once you
Exactly.
mix it, it's gonna be for the whole family.
Right. It's a whole side dish, remember. Here is our butternut squash. For many of you, if you don't know what it looks like, that's what our butternut squash looks like. We have it already diced, pre-cut here. It calls for 1 butternut squash. So everything you see here is 1 butternut squash. Excuse me. Next, we have our Brussels sprouts. These are so cute. I think they remind me of like little miniature cabbages, right?
Yeah.
And actually they are part of the cruciferous family. That's what they're called. So these are really cute. They've already been cut in half, just like the recipe calls for. And it calls for 1 pound to 1.5 pounds. We have about 1 pound here. These come in a little bag, in a little net bag in the produce aisle. These have already been washed, both of them peeled and ready to go. Okay, we have some add-ons. The recipe does say add-ons. You'll see that it asks for pumpkin seeds. Unfortunately, there were no pumpkin seeds available at the supermarket,
yeah.
but we opted for pecans. Again, make it your own. You can have walnuts, you can use almonds, you can use any nuts that you like or anything that you have at home.
Pomegranate?
Yeah, well, that's anher add-on. We'll go
Pomegranate,
shortly.
yeah.
Yes, pomegranate seeds. But we're using pecans. We're also, another add-on, we're using our dried cranberries, which are really good. I don't know if you've ever tried them in dishes. They also pack like a tarty sweetness to your meal, so I can't wait to try them in this recipe. And of course, another add-on that we chose to have is the bacon, which is going to be our fat, okay, a little bit. And then, so as you see here, and then we have salt and pepper to taste. For equipment, we have, of course, all our bowls here. We have baking pans. We have our large baking bowl here, which we're going to show you at the very end. That's where we're going to combine everything and make this delicious dish for you. We have a spatula here, and of course, you want to show them the peeler.
Yeah.
If you don't have a peeler, this is an awesome peeler we used today. It's very sharp. As you can see, it has little teeth. It's great because the butternut squash, it has a very tough skin. So it worked perfectly, right?
Yeah, but if you don't have it, don't stress.
Yeah.
You can use a regular knife.
Right. Christian, do you have a little confession to make? On this recipe?
Why you need to expose
It's
me?
Christmas. We need to be good, not naughty.
Yeah. So the truth is, I couldn't wait for this recipe, so I prepared this recipe for my Thanksgiving, Christmas for my Thanksgiving for my family, and you need to try it. It's delicious. It's
Awesome.
everyone liked it and they wanted to have it again for Christmas.
Yeah, so we hope you do the same, okay? So we just reviewed all our ingredients. Again,
Yes.
very simple. Our goal in all of these demonstrations for you, as you know, our priority is to make easy, simple meals at home, but also fun.
Yeah,
of course
and that is the
nutritious,
most
right?
exciting for this recipe, Nancy, because during this season, I know you're stressed always, looking for recipes, looking to surprise your family, and a lot of recipes takes a lot of time,
Yes.
especially in Christmas and Thanksgiving. But this recipe, you're gonna spend the most time you're gonna spend is in roasting your vegetables once they're roasted, which is about 30 minutes in total. At the end, you're gonna mix everything, and voila, you have already your side dish.
Right. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to clear this area because we're going to show you how we're going to prep our vegetables here that are already cut and diced, ready for the oven. So we're going to go ahead and, you want to start with your gloves? Okay. I was going to show that. So, and it's very fun. This recipe calls for prep. You can do prep ahead. What that means is, of course, prepare ahead. We've already diced our vegetables. Not yet. We're going
To use them first.
Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, let me see. Christian always beats me with the gloves. I have a little bit of a hard time here. But I got it. Okay, so we're gonna clear the board here. We're only gonna keep the Brussels sprouts and actually the oil as well. So here are our pans. Remember, keep the size of your pans around this size, medium size. Why? Because when you're roasting vegetables, the last thing you want to do is have them to steam or to get mushy. This recipe, they should be caramelized or roasted. What that means is when a vegetable roasts, you want to have that little bit of burnt edges. And in order to have that, your vegetables need to have enough surface area. So you want your pan to be a good size where it's not too overcrowded. That's the reason why we're not adding them together, because you're probably saying, well, why not put both vegetables on the same pan? Well, no, because you won't get that texture. You won't get that roast. You won't get that caramelization, okay?
Yeah,
So,
and also they took different times, can get roasted.
this is all here.
Why?
I'm gonna do the Brussels sprouts, you're gonna do that.
right.
So again, before we start, this is the way we cut them. It says from top to bottom, they're little half, right? Little half, they've already been washed, and those are just diced in cubes.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're going to add them here into our pans. Oh, and before I forget, your oven should be preheated at 450 degrees. The butternut squash does take a little longer to roast, about 25 to 30 minutes, like Christian mentioned earlier. The Brussels sprouts only take about 18 minutes, right, to get that little roasted texture. So we're gonna set our oven at 450, and we're gonna set the timer for 25 minutes. But at the 18-minute mark, we'll go ahead and remove the Brussels sprouts, okay?
Yes,
So
okay.
here we go. You ready?
Yes, I'm
All
ready.
right, so we're just gonna toss everything on our sheets. Oops. Do you want to have it, or I take it?
Whichever.
Okay, here you go. All right, so here we're going to add, it calls for 2 tablespoons of oil, okay, on each. So there's your oil, Christian. This is mine.
Okay.
So now we're going to just drizzle it. Just like that. Okay. Now I have the salt here. You can do the pepper, and then
Sure.
we'll swap.
Okay.
And again, salt and pepper to taste. Christian, I know, and maybe you all know already,
I
he
love
loves pepper.
pepper.
I do too. And I think that's good. You want to stop? Okay, Christian, you want to stop? I think, Christian, you need to stop. So, okay. Now
Yeah, just
I want
a little
pepper.
bit.
I like pepper too.
And now time to mix.
All right. Okay, this is the fun part. So here we're gonna use our hands. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and toss.
And remember,
them.
anything that is fun and easy in the kitchen is where you can invite your kids so they can jump in and learn to be independent and learn how to cook and healthy recipes.
Right.
I'm so excited with this recipe because butternut squash and Brussels sprouts are very low in calories. So once we have everything ready, Per every half of a cup, we're gonna have 200 calories only.
Wow, that's not
Yeah, and a lot of protein. We're gonna have 7 grams of protein per half of cup and 8 grams of fiber.
bad. Wow. Is that just the butternut squash?
For everything. Once we have everything,
okay.
for every half of a cup,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna have the nutritional values that I just mentioned.
Oh, good.
And another thing, very important, the butternut squash is super rich in vitamin A. Anything that you see this bright color
Orange.
is gonna have a lot of vitamin A, vitamin C.
Which the scientific term is beta carotene.
Yes.
For those of you.
Yeah.
And that's good. Now, our Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are, it's very rare, Cristian. I don't know if you know or you at home. Brussels sprouts are the only vegetable or a vegetable that has
One of them, yeah.
one of them that have not only fiber and vitamin C, right? But they also have a high protein content for a vegetable. Vegetables don't tend to have a high protein content.
Yes.
But the Brussels sprouts do. So that's another added
Of
nutritional
course, so
crunch,
you're
right?
following a high
Yeah.
protein diet, make sure you incorporate Brussels sprouts or broccoli in your diet.
Yes. Now I want to mention for the butternut squash, it's not really fancy. I mean, as far as like having a certain side or anything like that, as long as they're diced and cubed, right? For the Brussels sprouts, they must be on their flat surface down. Why? Because we want the belly part here.
To get
This is
roasted.
the one that's gonna get roasted. This is the one we're gonna see the little burnt edge, right? So we're gonna make sure that all of these are flat. So I just left those intentionally upside so I can show you. And as you see, they all look shiny. You can tell that all the oil has been incorporated, and of course the salt and pepper. So now these are ready to go into your oven. Again, 450 degrees. We have it at 450
Yeah,
degrees.
just need to set
These
up
are
the
ready to go.
timer. Remember, 25 minutes and 18
Right.
minutes, okay?
You ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go over here to the oven. Come with us to the oven. All right. And is it already at the temperature?
Now, at the
mean,
temperature,
already at
yes,
the-
I'm gonna set up the time.
Okay.
And remember that right here, because of the time, we already have our roasted vegetables ready. So
Oh,
we
yes.
can show you the rest of the process.
We already have our roasted vegetables, just to show you, but we just wanted to show you the process, okay? Picturing what it is to go ahead and, you want the red or green? Red or green?
Either or.
I like red.
Aren't they cute? They're weak.
Oh, yes.
And
Great.
for those that are live with us today, they're gonna get some for your kitchen.
Yes. So here we are. Let me get these are already roasted. Ooh, they
And
look
they
so pretty.
smell delicious.
And you see the burnt edges?
Yeah.
These are the burnt edges we were talking about. That's caramelization, that's roasted veggies. These, it's kind of hard to see because they're orange, but you can kind of see. They smell really good. So here, this is what you're gonna see at home. These are already roasted. They're ready to go. We're gonna place them into our bowl where we're going to continue to add the rest of our ingredients.
Yes.
So you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's bring our bowl over here. You wanna help me with that? You wanna get
Yes.
the spatula?
Yeah, and if you never haven't tried the butternut squash and you are kind of hesitating of try this for your family, the butternut squash tastes like a kind of a pumpkin.
Right.
So it's kind of sweet, but not that
But
sweet.
not as sweet as a sweet potato.
Yeah.
So if you all ever tried sweet potato, it's not as sweet, but more or less like Christian said, like the pumpkin.
Correct, but there's no way that your kids are not gonna like it. I can tell you that they're gonna love this
That
recipe.
they will. Okay, you want to pour this one while I
Yeah,
get
sure.
the other ingredients? Okay. I'm gonna grab over here. We'll swap. And the add-ons. All right. Do-si-do, round you go. Nobody knows. All right. And we can remove this over here.
Remember, when you're looking for a nutritional recipe, once you have a lot of colors, that is telling you that you're gonna have a lot of vitamins, minerals. And right now also we're gonna go over some important nutritional values for each ingredient.
Right, each add-on. Again, we opted for cranberries, pecans, bacon. The recipe does suggest goat cheese or feta cheese, pomegranate seeds, pumpkin seeds, anything you like. Again, what do we say, Cristian?
Make it
your
your own.
own, right? So, okay, this is ready here. We can use this one.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, cranberries. We're gonna go in with the cranberries. Here we used about half a cup. It's up to you if you're going to double or triple your recipe. Of course, you're gonna add a little bit more, right?
Yeah, depending on your family or
right.
if you're gonna have a party, depending on your guests.
Right. It depends on the batch. So here we have half a cup of the cranberries. Cranberries are anti-inflammatory. They have tons of antioxidants, right? Vitamin C, of course, and fiber. So antioxidants, what that does in your body, that helps to prevent or to decrease our oxidative stress, which means every day we're aging, right? Gracefully aging.
No me.
You want to gracefully age, so you gotta have the rainbow of your fruits, right? That they offer. So here we go. Okay. Enough talk. Let's go ahead and add it. So here's all the cranberries.
All right. Now let's go with the pecans, which are very rich in omega 3s, which is our healthy fat, and you need that for the healthy of your heart. And now our bacon, which is not that healthy.
But it's a little bit of fat. We all need a little bit of fat, you know, a good fat in our diet. And this is just a little bit.
And just a little bit, yeah.
And it's the holidays. And last but not least, also we have our 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, okay?
Now remember, maple syrup has sugar, so if you're following also a low sugar diet, you can use sugar-free maple syrup.
Right, here we go. All right.
And we are almost done. Once you have this, you just mix everything.
Give it a toss. You got it? You got it, Christian?
Smells super good. Yes, I'm got it.
Oh my goodness. Can't wait to try it.
Yeah, I know how it looks like. There you go.
Now this can serve, I mean, it looks, if we're doing half a cup servings, it looks like quite a bit. You can probably serve, what, 8, 10 people here?
Maybe, yeah. The recipe doesn't say exactly for how many people are gonna is this recipe, but yeah, I can tell that it's for maybe 5 to 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go with the
5.
We'll go with the 5.
So now we're gonna serve it.
And here's our pretty plate, because of course we're gonna plate it for you, so it can we can really show off all those colors.
Yeah, and remember, once you plate it, you want to decorate it however you want. For my Thanksgiving celebration, I put some rosemary on top of the recipe.
Miss some. Don't leave any in the bowl, Christian. Don't waste anything.
It looked very, very good.
Okay, got it.
There you go. It looks super colorful, Nancy. I love this.
Wow, it's so pretty.
This.
Let me see. 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 Oh, that's so pretty. Can you imagine this?
You're making a mess, Nancy.
Sorry. Wow, look at this. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Really pretty. All right.
The most important part in our videos, you know, the tasting.
Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of everything.
You want
maybe
a little bit of everything. So you want to make sure that you taste everything combined. Ready?
Oh, hold on. I gotta grab my little things. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness.
I told you.
The crunchiness. Okay, I'm speechless.
That is something very important as well. When you're making your Brussels sprouts, if you want to get if you want to get more fiber, make sure all your vegetables are still kind of crunchy. Don't let them get how do you say when they're very soft?
Mushy.
Mushy, yeah. Don't let them get mushy. You want to get them a little bit crunchy so you can get more fiber in your diet.
And look at the color. I mean, the cranberries, the orange, the green. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I want to encourage you to try it for your family. I'm pretty sure your kids are gonna love it.
And it came together like in no time.
Yeah.
I think the longest time, like we mentioned, is a roasting time. You gotta be patient with it roasting. But other than that, I mean, well, and also maybe dicing, cutting vegetables.
But remember, it's a side dish. Besides that, you can do your turkey, your ham, whatever you're gonna do for Christmas, or whatever is what your family used to do for each Christmas. Also, it's kind of sweet, so some people like it to have like a dessert instead of side dish. I mean, it's up to you.
Other people might suggest maybe like some balsamic
Yeah,
vinegar.
vinegar.
It
Of
would
course,
be
make
great
it your
too.
own. Just let us know if you're gonna make it. Let us know how it went. Put your comments under the description of this video. Don't forget to give us like so you can get all the notifications every time we perform a new video.
Right. And for those of you that are waiting to receive your WIG benefits, don't forget to complete the survey at the end of the video so that you can get your WIG benefits.
How about that? Just for watching us, you get your benefits for a week.
No, it's so easy. We do all the work and you get your benefits. No,
Yes, I hope you like it. I hope you like this recipe. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you so much.
stay with us.
Yes, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Have a blessed rest of your day, and we hope that you try this very, very soon. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas.
Christian.
Thank you, Nancy.